name is Ashley Collins, aka the Aunt of Dragons. I'm sure you've recognized his face before, but if you did not see the Hallows Eve event that we recently participated in this past 2021, please, sir, introduce us to yourself.
Hey, my name is Kevin Hung, and I'm gonna be fighting out of Kissimmee Muay Thai, and I'm gonna be fighting on LeLeo Code Winter Fight Fest, December 18th.
So when we first talked, you were in the midst of winning your competition, but
Yeah.
we didn't get a chance to ask you how you even got started competing or getting involved in martial arts in the first place.
Yeah, well, I grew up with a very strong mother, and she always really motivated me to not be a wimp, basically, and to like always put your best foot forward and always step up to the challenge. So I took that headstrong, and I was like, oh, whatever. I like getting physical. I like fighting. So I was like, I might as well pursue it now. Better late than never. Because I'm 33. I'm old.
No, you're not.
Yeah, to just get started in this. Yeah.
Well, you do not look 33 at all, though.
Oh yes, thank you to my my mother and my father. Thank you guys.
So how long have you been training?
Actively Muay Thai, I've been training about 6 months now. Right when I had the first fight, yeah, it was like my 5-month anniversary basically when I fought last month, and then now it's going on 6 months.
But did you do sports when you were younger?
No, the only sport I tried out for was like my volleyball team in like 11th grade, and the conditioning was brutal.
Yeah.
So, volleyball, but it was brutal. And then I just played basketball, football, baseball at home with some friends. I always stayed pretty active. And then I started working out with my uncle. And then from there, I've always been very active.
Word. Okay, so what are you doing right now, present tense, to prepare for this particular match?
Well, right now I train with my team at Kissimmee Muay Thai, obviously with my coach, Sai. He's a great guy. I see him 2 to 3 times a week. And then we do some drills on the weekend and then some conditioning and sparring also on the weekend. So I'll be seeing him 4 to 5 times a week almost. And then I would also be working on my fitness outside of that.
So your diet has been very specific because you just recently did the one in October and now you're doing the one in December. Have you had a chance to like get a break on like what you get to eat?
It was hard with the holidays, obviously Thanksgiving, and given my last fight was at 165, and then now I'm going to be fighting at 155. So I have a little more work ahead of me, but we're getting there. It's not going to be too bad. It's just going to be a little extra weight that I never fought at before, but we know I could get it done. So I'm just excited to get it done and then step in there on Saturday.
Nice. How do you know when you're actively in the moment? How do you know when a move is not going to work on that particular competitor?
Really, it's just tuning in your eyes, you know, and seeing how they react and what you do and then how they respond to that. So being that I'm very new to it, the guys I train with, my main guy, Tim, Trent, Keegan used to work out with us. Brandon works out with us. So these are all guys that are really good with their hands. So I'm starting now to tune in my eyes and seeing, okay, he sees this overhand right coming every time. Let me just try to fake him with that and throw something else. So it's really just about reading your opponent and being in the moment and not letting yourself get too flustered. It is much easier said than done. And in sparring, it's much easier than the actual fight. Because on my last fight, I just felt like I was go.
You were. Yeah. It was the first one too, and it got everyone so hyped for the rest of the day. Like, I can't imagine that pressure. I'm sorry to cut you off. I can't imagine that pressure. Like, okay, you're the first fight. Like, you're gonna set the momentum for the rest of the day, and like, it got everyone so hyped. You guys had so much energy.
Yeah, right when I stepped in the cage, I saw all my friends and family. directly on the opposite side. So I'm like, oh, okay, now you really got to get it done. But I do wish I slowed down a little bit.
Okay.
And worked the game plan a little bit more. But regardless, I got the win. It was a unanimous decision, so got to be happy at the end of the day, regardless.
That's very interesting that you say, look at your opponent's eyes.
Yeah.
I never considered looking at their eyes. I always thought, maybe this is a stupid thing, I always thought you're looking at their hands or you're looking at their feet to avoid it. Is that something that you were trained to do?
Yeah, well, not really looking in their eyes, because you don't want to be looking in someone's eyes and try to win like a stare down or something like that.
Yeah.
I tend to just like look at their chin and below, and then use all my peripherals just to see whatever's coming out is given. This is my second fight, so unfortunately I had to wear a head guard. But even with my head guard from the last fight, I could pretty much see almost everything coming. Of course, kicks are a little more blocked, but it wasn't a big issue with that last fight. But you definitely what I was trying to say was that you definitely just want to read your opponent and use your eyes to zone in and see what they're doing, just get their movements, get good reads. If they're feinting, doing certain feints like this, or twitching certain ways and then doing a movement afterwards, you just want to get all those good reads if you can in the moment.
That's a lot of concentration.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we do it because we love it, you know?
Yeah, true. Okay, so let's get into the holiday mood a little bit. What is a gift from your childhood from Christmas that you'll never forget?
To be honest, I was never even a Star Trek fan like that.
Okay.
But one Christmas when I was younger, my mom got me like a one of the battleships or something, and I was obsessed with that thing for some reason. I don't know why. I don't even know which one it was, but for some reason that was my main toy the rest of that year that I played with, and I put all my Legos inside of it, and I used to pretend like we used to fly around. So that was probably like the only real gift I remember and cherished as a child. I don't know why.
Oh, wow. Okay, so what's something this year that you do not want to see underneath your Christmas tree?
I'm grateful for whatever comes my way. I really don't care that much. I'm at a point where I'm pretty much happy with the stuff I have. It's just making sure I have the right stuff under there for my daughter and my dog.
Oh, wow, that's very interesting. Okay, so I'm sure you've seen like street fights on social media. Do you find yourself watching them and like you're coaching them while you're watching it?
For the most part, they're all pretty horrible.
Okay.
Some guys really know what they're doing, but for the most part, it's like a 2-second stand up and then they hug and then they fall to the ground. And then someone will break it up. But it's getting pretty brutal, you know? It's like, oh, why are we doing this right now? But I do enjoy watching it. Not to say it's good, but it does bring a laugh.
A lot of the fighters say they love watching UFC fights and like coaching them. Do you do that too?
I do not coach them. I don't know which guy is here.
No, you're not coaching them, but like in real life, but like as you're watching it, you're coaching them.
Yeah, I'm like admiring them more or less. Like Max Holloway is one of my favorite fighters. I love seeing him in there. There's gonna be a pretty interesting fight on One Championship with Rod Tang and Demetrius Johnson with MMA rules and Muay Thai rules. So that's gonna be really fun to watch coming up soon.
Oh wow.
But yeah, I just enjoy watching it, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. I like how he set that up, or if I could even see it. But these guys are such elite experts. It's just like, and then they do it for 25 minutes. I'm like, oh goodness, sometimes it's.
How long was yours?
It was just 3 2-minute rounds, but I felt like I didn't even take a breath.
It felt like forever.
Yeah, I wasn't breathing. I was go punch this guy in the face, try to kick his leg off, do whatever.
So, you are obviously a MMA fan. I'm sure you know who Dustin Poirier is.
Yeah, for sure.
Something that he recently said, and I'm paraphrasing him, is every fight is a different stage in your life. How do you separate what you're going through emotionally or mentally and leave it on the mat, if that sentence made sense?
No, I totally get what you're trying to say, but you know, I think I'm a little more fortunate than some of these other guys that are much younger starting off fighting because they're right now still going through a lot of emotions and figuring out who they are as a person.
Yeah.
And and they sometimes they perceive things differently on and they receive things differently, so they might be offended sometimes at certain things. But me,
Yeah.
in my gym, I'm always the guy that's like, hey man, I'm sorry, I apologize for that. I don't want to go too hard. I don't want to get a misunderstanding between the two of us. So every time I step in there, whatever I have going on outside of there, I never bring it into there. And I also, in my work career, being a manager, I I had to deal with a lot of different employees and different situations. And if I would come in being flustered and then they see that I'm being flustered, then it's not going to work out well. So it's
Yeah.
sometimes best to just check your emotions, go in there, do what you're supposed to do, and then leave.
True. Hmm. That's very, very interesting. Okay. So, if you could grapple any animal, what would it be?
Oh man, I mean, two of my favorite animals are going to be a bear and a wolf. But if I could grapple a bear and be like a Khabib, it would obviously have to be a baby cub or something.
Oh
It
no,
would just be
that's not
insane.
fair. That's not nice.
That is still gonna outpower me. I'm not gonna do no full grown mama. It would destroy me.
That's so funny. Okay, that's so funny. Now I'm like picturing it. That'd be like the fastest. Okay. So where can we like you, follow you, support you, sponsor you?
You guys could follow me on Instagram. My Instagram tag is I am Hung. Hung it being my last name. Also on Facebook, Kevin Hung, or my Snapchat, I am Hung 88. Give me a like, give me a follow, check me out, and come check out me and my team, Kissimmee Muay Thai. We work out of a garage, but it is solid work. I'm telling you, we blood, sweat, and tears in there.
That's honestly like some of the best training I've ever had has been in a garage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because
You
like
see
I don't
those
know, like
four walls, and you're
there's
like,
something.
oh,
Yeah, yeah, like yeah. There's something about being in AC where it's like, oh, like I get a chance to breathe, but like if you're in a garage, like
yeah,
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is
yeah,
specifically.
yeah. If it's hot outside, it's hotter in there. If it's cold outside, it's colder in
Yeah,
there. So you got to really be able to adapt to your situation and put your best foot forward, or you're gonna get crushed.
exactly, exactly, exactly. Okay, last question, then I'm gonna let you go.
Okay.
So in the book The Fault in Our Stars, the main character, he always has a cigarette in his mouth. He calls it the killing thing.
Okay.
You put the killing thing in your mouth, but you do not give it the power to kill you. What in your life, whether it be physically, emotionally, or mentally, is your killing thing that you do not allow to overthrow your motivation?
Um. Why you gotta hit me with a question like
I'm
that?
sorry.
I'm getting
I'm just
so
doing my
deep.
job.
Uh, something that's my. I mean, I don't know if this is a good answer, but not letting others affect my attitude, I would have to say.
Mhm.
Uh, Being very resilient and being able to now deal with things without mishandling certain situations. Because I used to have a bad attitude, but now I have a bad attitude in the right ways, you know?
Oh wow.
Sometimes, even if because I'm very apologetic when I'm sparring with my team, and they're just like crushing my face in while I'm apologizing for something. It's just something that I have. But I would have to say, yeah, just staying true to who I am and not letting others change my attitude.
Yeah. Wow. I have a bad attitude in the right situation.
Yeah,
That
you
was
know,
really interesting.
like when it comes to sparring with me and my team, obviously we want to be nice with each other. But when it came to this fight on the 30th of November, I was like, okay, I want to be very aggressive, but I want to be disciplined. But that all went out the window because I was just aggressive.
True. True, true, true. That was very profound.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
I'm over here like,
Thank you so much for your time, Kevin. I cannot wait to see you again next week.
yes, me too.
I mean, I'm sure you'll be in the zone, whatever, but we'll try to get a selfie together.
Yeah, for sure. Let's do it.
Okay. You have a good rest of your day, and I can't wait to see you, okay?
You too. Take care. Bye.
Bye, homie.